My name is Raja, and I will be talking about something scary and interesting. It seems like America is heading towards a civil war. Now, this is if this does happen after the 5th November election in the US, then this will be their second civil war. The first one was in 1861, if I'm not mistaken, which lasted for 3 to 4 years. Now, you may ask the reason for the Second Civil War. Now, you see, the supporters of ex President Donald Trump, they believe that they are being uh, ripped off, they are being neglected, yeah? And you probably heard of the first and the second assassination attempt on Trump. Now, you see, here I'll show you Channel 4 News only 2 months ago has a video says fears grow over new civil war in deeply divided America. So, as you can see, yeah, fears grow over, yeah, civil war deeply divided. Now let's talk about the divide and what this Channel 4 News video on YouTube is saying. Basically, the inequality, especially in America, according to some of these videos regarding America going towards civil war, is talking about that the Liberal Democrat Party, Hillary Clinton Party, and Biden Party, Kamala Harris Party, they are, giving too much money towards foreign wars, such as Ukraine and Russia, such as Palestine and Israel. And, in the past, they have caused many other wars. So, this money could have, of course, used inside America on the American citizens. So that's number one. Then it's basically the BRICS nation, which is Brazil and a few others, Russia, China, are basically trying to undermine the US dollar as a international currency. So what's that doing is reducing the US dollar's power, therefore US government power around the world going forward in the near future. So all these factors, and then like I said, cost of living crisis in America, it's rising, the inflation is rising, and there have been a recent interest rate cut in America, and the housing market has not come back, bounced back. That's what they say. And for example, I've seen a couple of videos like US housing market crash, like say properties that the sellers want to sell for, say example, $400,000. Now, they've put, reduced the price by like 70, $80,000, and so there will be a housing market crash. But what's important, well, that's in America, which will affect the world. See, the whole world will be affected by this because, of course, because of the dollar, everyone does business trade with the American government. Now, what's going to happen is basically uh, if Trump loses, if Trump loses the election, there is a 99% chance there could be a civil war in America if Trump is being assassinated. Whoever they are, they want to assassinate him. They are trying. There's been two attempt to assassinate Donald Trump by I don't know who. Someone out there is want to get him, and also therefore some people do talk about these individuals who are anonymous, and some say refer to deep state. And actually, I've seen a video recently by conversation between I think a person called Jeffrey Sachs and John Mearsheimer, and also Barbara F. Walters. Now, Barbara F. Walters is saying that America is going towards a civil war, and John Mearsheimer is saying, and Jeffrey Sachs, that the American foreign policy is one of the reasons for going to civil war. Now, this is important to understand. It seems some people who are, I would say, Darwinists, by the way, Darwinian theory of evolution is based upon assumptions within a probabilistic framework, which, in other words, is BS. It's fabrication. It's nonsense. However, these people within the deep state, and I think Andrew Tate mentions as well, these people within the deep state, they basically want, obviously, first of all, their mindset is that they do choose to believe, so they have chosen to believe in Darwinism, meaning they die and that's it, and there's no accountability, whatever they do, meaning kill, take land, commit genocide, commit mass murder, all that stuff. However, what they don't understand is that their thinking regarding Darwinism, that you die and that's it, is incorrect. And they will find that when they face death, because one day we all have to, taste death, experience death. We don't die, we taste death. I've talked about that before. Now, quickly carrying on, because I want to keep this short, is that these Darwinists, therefore, there's no accountability. So they basically want to, they're very, very greedy, extremely selfish. So they just want to create chaos and make money from that chaos. And this is based on disaster capitalism. There's a book by Naomi Klein, I think a Canadian journalist and a writer. She talks about shock doctrine and disaster capitalism. This is what they did in Iraq, Syria, Libya, Afghanistan, everywhere actually, South and North Korea. Now they're doing it to Ukraine, actually, disaster capitalism, really. And so what's going on is these people continue doing that, and they're amassing wealth. They are already, I'm sure, billionaires, and they want to become trillionaires, and leave the money to their children and so forth. But what they don't realize is, number one, this is causing climate change to increase. So global warming is actually increasing. You are using weapons. We still depend on fossil fuel. Yeah, and they don't care about climate change, but this is going to affect everyone. I mean, climate scientists are saying about 80 years, it's all done. It's going to be, the Earth will be uninhabitable in about 80 years, so, or less. And so basically, yeah, the thing is that also, when they die, they will get punished by the Creator Allah. Now, what's important to understand is that this civil war in America will happen if Trump loses. And because the supporters of Trump, they feel they have been neglected, they feel that in the cost of living crisis, the unemployment is high. And also what you have is, so don't forget, especially in America, there is more than 390 million household guns, machine guns, handguns, and the population is about 333 or 343. So there are more guns in America than people. So if this civil war does happen, it's going to be like lots of bloodshed, and the U.S. dollar, is declining in the international system. Also, don't forget we have China economically, and especially China is really going up. Their artificial intelligence, China's, it's really catching up with some of the Americans. What I'm trying to say is that if you neglect your children, of course there's going to be disaster going ahead, which therefore so I mean it's like the people who wants to cause civil war, I think they want to do it for some reason, whatever reason is hard to figure out, but they do want a civil war in America so they can make more money out of it, and they don't care where they live because obviously the billionaires. This is sad actually. It's really this is wrong and it's sad. Thank you for listening.